Buyers shop price, but they buy value. Welcome to Prepare to Win. Today, we're going to talk about the difference. Stay tuned.
All right, hi guys, I'm Grace Lapoy, and I'm here with David Lowe, the automotive sales coach. And like you said, today we're talking about the difference between price and value. And really, those are two big different topics.
They are.
And sometimes we have a hard time separating the two, don't we?
That well said. I think a lot of times we think they're the same thing, right? Price is what you
Shop.
That's what you shop, and because that's what you end up paying, right? That's what I'm going to pay. And since buyers always concerned with never paying more than they have to, right? Number two, fear, right? I don't want to pay more than I have to.
That's right.
So I shop price, but in reality, I buy what fits my lifestyle. We call that value. In reality, I shop price, but I buy what I want. Isn't that normal?
That's right.
So what is the difference? Price is what you pay. Value is what you get for what you pay. So probably when you go shopping for something, do you do the same thing?
All the time.
Here's what I want to spend, and you end up buying something, usually costing more than you set out. Because we rarely want to pay what it takes to buy what we want to buy. In fact, when I say rarely, for me, it's never. I want to pay here when I find what I want's more. We know that. And if you've been joining us on Prepare to Win, we've been really focused on delivering kind of the thinking and the tools, having this discussion, the teaching time about becoming better today than we were yesterday. Preparing to win simply means living with joy, peace, and satisfaction. And that only comes from healthy pride, right? That self-approved conduct that we find as we constantly seek to improve ourselves.
That's right.
And it's so cool. And so we're talking about price versus value. And whether you're a shopper or a professional sales consultant, a sales manager, these are things that are on our mind. And it's so often we go into dealerships and we see sales consultants and managers consume with what? Price.
Right.
So the buyer calls and talks price, and the salesman talks price back to them. And they come to the sales manager, say, my buyer is talking this price. And the manager says, what about this price? And it's price. That's what we're talking about.
Right.
And what we want to remind everybody today is, although buyers start with price, they end up making a decision based on what they're getting for their money, which is really value.
That's right.
But it's their job. They don't know how to. I've never had a buyer call and say, ring, ring. Hey, I'm calling to talk about, tell me about the value of this car. You know what I mean?
Right.
They always talk, you got a car, what's your best price?
Right.
They don't know how to ask, is this the best car for me? Is this the best car for my money?
That's right. And really, it walks right into, once again, the psychology, which we're big on that.
Yeah.
Again, the reason why I love our training so much is we go back to, here's what do I already know.
Yeah.
My buyer's number two fear, not number one fear.
Yeah.
Number two fear is paying too much. Their first fear is what?
Yeah.
Buying the wrong car.
Yeah, making a purchase
That's
mistake,
where value
right?
comes in anyway.
That's
And
it.
because sometimes I think whether you're a consultant or in any area of your life and you are actively selling and they go straight to price,
Yeah.
we think to talk price back because we don't remind ourselves, what do I already know?
That's right. And that's so true. And by the way, isn't it probably true that when buyers are uncertain, is this the right product for me? They might hide that uncertainty in price questions. Like, I had a customer come and say, I've gotten 4 prices already from 4 different dealers on this same car. And I call timeout. Maybe it's not the price that's a problem here.
Right.
Maybe it's the value. It's because obviously, if you've been to 4 dealers, you've gotten 4 good prices, right?
That's right.
We're all we're competitive, and so you can't go to 4 places without getting a good price. And yet, she still hadn't bought, right? So what does that mean? Maybe she's shopping the wrong product. The car's not doing the value's not there for it. You know what I mean? And we have it all the time where people will keep hiding their decision on what to buy behind the price is too much.
That's right.
It's funny how as soon as we find what we want, price becomes secondary.
I'm the same way.
It's always up for. All right. So let's just talk about a few of the ways. So buyers can talk price a lot of different ways. Like, what's your best price?
Right.
I was online and I saw a book price. Your competitor's price, right? Right. Here's what we decided we want to spend price. They can put price in terms of payments, price in terms of trade, discount, amount finance. There's a million ways to just keep talking money.
Right.
So when we talk about price, what you pay, we're really talking about money topics. And that's cool and that's important. That's part of the whole financial package, isn't it? But price alone doesn't mean much. Is $100 a good deal? Well, what am I getting
I
from
don't
my
know,
$100, right? And so we always say when our buyer talks price, we want to respond with value. What are you getting from value? What does it mean? What am I getting? So let's talk in terms of cars. When you're looking at a car, how do you determine, is this the car that's best fit my lifestyle? What do you look at?
Right.
Do you look at the equipment?
Absolutely. I do.
Well, what else do you look at? What else on a used car? What would you look at? Say, is this a good value?
How's the performance? Does
Okay,
it
do
fit
you like
the
the way it
that I need
drives?
it to drive?
Okay, there you go. That's a big value.
Right.
Do I like the way it handles? Right. What else?
Am I comfortable?
Comfortable in
one.
the car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it have the features I want? How about if it's a used car going backwards and saying, what's the history on this car?
Right.
I don't want to buy somebody else's problem.
Right.
Was it taken care of? What's the car need if I bought it? What would I have to do to the car? And maybe what was done before I got it, what's been done. Color could be valuable. We find that all the time. The same car at an auction will go for less. Like I used to stock when I had budget, I used to stock the nicest cars. And you know, you could buy in the day when I was doing that, big Tauruses were big. I know they're not around any, but Tauruses were big. And you could buy a white Taurus with tan interior for $1,000 less than a black one with gray interior, right? Or a red one, right? So I'd always stock one of those price leaders because they were cheaper. People would see them online, they'd shop price, but they came in and they bought value. They bought the car that they wanted,
That's right. Yeah.
As recently as running the VW store, we would go to Enterprise and buy some high-mile Jettas. And we wouldn't do much to them. We'd buy the hubcap Jetta with no roof, 40-some thousand miles. Didn't do much. We clean them up, you change the oil and put them out there, and that would be our price leader, you know, blank 999, right? So people go online, well, that's a really good price. And then they would come in, they go, well, I don't really like this car. And most of the Jettas we sold were $4,000 more. People would like, what about that? That's one of our better than new Jettas. Why? Because it's just certified.
Right.
Let me show it to you. Right? And so people, they would shop price and often come in on price, but they eventually bought what they wanted to. Right? Now, so price, what I pay, value, what I get. So salespeople, professional sales professionals, managers, salespeople, whoever's talking to buyers out there, no matter what you're selling, it doesn't matter. The price is important, right? And what you're getting for the price is called value, and that's actually more important. That'll make your buying decision. Does that make sense? Now, if I can only afford so much, that's true. But really, we find that's this many people are making a decision based on affordability. It really comes down to, I don't want to pay more than I have to get what I want.
Right. And I think some people will try to argue with that. And we can even flip the script and say, how about buying a TV?
Yeah.
How about buying a jacket?
Yeah.
Buying a pair of shoes? It's always the same. It's the
always
same
the
thing
same.
that doesn't change. And then once they see that, oh, I see that value is going to outweigh price. Most times when I'm buying a new TV, relate that back to the car, and it's similar.
That's
It's
right.
the exact same.
Yeah. So I think that, and then when you look up on the wall and you see the TV you bought because it was the cheapest and you don't like it, you're reminded every day of the bad decision you made.
Right.
I really think our past mistakes buying is what makes us scared of buying the wrong product, right? And I think that naturally everybody's price, you know, Best Buy, everybody like you're talking to, they're yelling price. And so as consumers, we respond with price. And it's normal and it's cool, no worries. If I'm selling cars and a customer talks about price, I'm gonna tell them, you know, I get it, price is really important. it is to me, right? Empathy, I hear you. And we talked many times during these episodes about the power of empathy, absorbing the emotion of price, and then we can use logic to move them and redirect them back to what? That whole value, that whole package. So I think as you're looking to improve your serve, to be better today than yesterday, you might want to say, what am I doing? Am I spending most of my time talking about money? Or am I spending a good amount of time reminding buyers of what they're getting for their money?
That's right.
And I have to do it in an empathetic way.
For sure.
It can't be, well, there's people who say price. Yeah, well, if the cheapest one doesn't mean it's the best, right? I don't want to start an argument.
Right.
So we have to be skillful with our words. We don't want to bludgeon them like that, that 6 foot tall, sixth grader, the bully on the playground. That's not who we are. We're supposed to be craftsmen, surgeons, right? And we want to have a relationship for life. So as people talk money, we absorb. That's so important. It is to me. And it's really not just what I pay, but what I'm getting, what I pay, that's really important, right? Let's kind of walk through and make sure that this is something that's really going to serve you well, that it fits your lifestyle. It's going to make your life better.
That's right.
If it is, I'm confident we can work out the whole financial package. Isn't that true? So, price versus value. Ask yourself and observe people around you. Which one am I spending more time focused on? Do I have the skill sets needed to show empathy to price concerns, price objections, price questions? And do I have the skill to turn that around using logic and redirect to focus our buyer back to value? Because that's really where the deal is. We're going to talk more about this because it's interwoven, right?
Right.
Hopefully, if you've been joining us, and I hope you have, and I hope you continue to join us, and Grace is always telling you, like us, follow us, right? And it's true. But as you continue to go, I think you're going to see how everything we do is interlocked, isn't it?
So much so.
Yeah, right now in the playbook, the dealership playbook, we're creating a course, and in that course, it's the psychology of the sale. We're breaking down every question. See, nothing we do is by accident.
Right.
We're skilled. We want our buyer to feel comfortable and confident they're buying the right car from the right place, right? And that they're getting the right deal. We want them to leave satisfied, right? And we don't believe that the lowest price is what satisfies people. In fact, from coast to coast, I say to salespeople, who's your happiest customers? The one to pay the least or one to pay the most? It doesn't matter where I'm at. They always say the one. That's true. So if that's true, I want to eliminate the buyer's fear by building so much value that the price makes sense, right? And to do that, it's the whole process, isn't it? And so relationship and trust, does that matter?
It really matters.
And so how we respond to price questions, price concerns, price objections matters because that builds relationship or destroys it.
Right.
I know that you could bully your way into car deals. You can. You can push and push. It's happening all over. There's a lot of prominent trainers that kind of teach you how to bully them. You got to put them in their play. I think that's baloney. I think that's weak. I think it's amateurish. And yeah, if that's all you got, that's all you got. But I think you deserve the right to be better today than yesterday, don't you? And why not develop the skill sets that make you feel proud of what you do and how you do it? Not just get your results, but make you feel proud of how you get. Everything's interwoven. Value and price are interwoven, and relationship and trust is something that we can use and build as we discussed it too, right?
I like it.
Cool. So we're going to talk more about that. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it, right, Grace?
Absolutely.
And we hope that it's been a benefit to you. And this week, as you go out there, remember, you're worth it. What you do matters, and how you do it matters. And it's really important that your thinking is right this week, right? An attitude of gratitude as you go out there, because your attitude, your thinking is contagious, and it's going to infect your buyer. So let's focus on the things that are good in our life, the things that are right in our life, and let's focus on now value. Instead of the negative of price, the positive of this is what you're getting for what you're paying. Until next time, I'm David Lowe.
Grace LaPoy.
Good selling.